Hey guys, it's Zenith Darksky with another reaction video. This time we don't have so much of a music reaction as a reaction to SB19. Shout out to 18. They're the ones that initially really blew me up. And, you know, I hope you guys don't feel neglected or anything because it's been a while since we reacted to some SB19. But it's just because, you know, we've kind of topped out. I've reacted to a lot of what there is to react to for SB19. Don't get me wrong, there's still some live performances, and I'm picky with live performance. I get pickier and pickier as time goes on with live performances because there's so many that are just so low quality recording. And, you know, so if you do have live performances that you for sure know that I haven't reacted to, in the comments of this video here, please leave me some links to those and I'll try to add them to the list. I'm not avoiding SB19. I just simply, you know, we've kind of ran into a wall for now, without turning into a complete fan channel, or, you know, a channel that completely pays attention, you know, 100% attention to SB19. At the end of the day, I'm a reactor, and you know, I react to all kinds of music and stuff, so I can't just do it all with SB19. But you know, I still want to appeal to you guys and everything a little bit too. So either way, we're reacting to Casual Chuck's SB19 Story Episode 1 Sound Break. This is a 12-minute video here, so hopefully you guys will stick with me. And I really need to do what he does, because at the beginning of all his videos, it says, I don't earn money from music reactions, and he goes on to say, you know, join the membership. And it's true, you know, I don't either, so hopefully you can go support our homie Casual Chuck. I've reacted to one of his videos before, and that was really good. He's a talented video producer for sure, content creator. But so go sub to him if you haven't already, and if you don't mind, go ahead and join his membership. And if you got money to spare left over, $3 a month for my membership too. But either way, I just wanted to throw that out there. I don't want to push my, you know, monetizing my stuff over his, since we're reacting to his video here. Either way, let's get right into it. But right before we do, if you guys would hit that sub button for me real quick, and then we can get into the reaction. Either way, let's go.
Disclaimer, this video is only based on my personal research. I might miss some details and it's possible to have discrepancies, but I did my best to get as much accurate information as possible, so enjoy.
All right. 2016. What are we watching here?
This
Cult
is Cult Triple, a group of talented performers and comedians from Korea you've probably never heard of. They were formed back in 1994 when the word K-pop hasn't even been invented.
Right.
In 2002, one of the members made the biggest mistake of his life, which will change the entire course of P-pop history.
Oh, so does this guy have to do with SB19 and the creation of SB19?
Do you remember this song?
Can't say that I do. Oh, right there. Man, I'm stupid.
It all started with this man, Jong Song-han.
Okay.
When he left the trio in 2002 to become an entrepreneur, Cult Triple became Cult 2. Most of their fans definitely thought that Song-han's decision was a huge mistake because the remaining members started racking up different awards in the entertainment industry.
That's really cool though.
If he stuck around, he would have gotten those awards too.
I do want to say they must be very, very talented for them to be around since the 90s and lose a member and still be doing good enough to be winning award. A lot of times when members start leaving groups, the group falls off heavily. Not all the time, but a lot of the time. So that is that's really, I mean, you got to give it to him.
But this man's decision was final. He used all of his savings to build an event organizing company called Show BT Entertainment.
Hey, we know that.
I'm talking about Tatang Robin. Tatang noticed how passionate Filipino fans were during the rise of K-pop, so he wanted to organize K-pop concerts and events that promote Korean and Filipino culture. To make that happen, he needed entertainers, a group of young people that would be part of the package of their service as an event organizer. We are talking about people who can do dancing, singing, and even act as servants like waiting tables and assisting guests. So he held an audition and hundreds of young talents applied.
Very interesting.
30 of them passed as trainees. They were then called Nara, which in Korean means country and is the national tree of the Philippines. They went to multiple events together, including the fan meeting event of the K-pop group called Off-Road.
I've never heard that group.
After numerous events, Tatang Robin saw something special when it comes to Filipino talent. He realized that some of his trainees were far too talented to just end up as small-time performers.
Right.
So he decided to launch the first P-pop boy group that underwent strict Korean-type training. Out of the 30 trainees, only few have made it. Gian Paolo Nace. He always wanted to be a performer.
I didn't know his whole
As a
name.
young dreamer, he joined several competitions as a soloist and also a member of the K-pop dance cover group called PHP. As a trainee, he was the guy who shows up early and leaves
PHP.
late despite juggling a full-time job as a data analyst.
PHP. Have we reacted? Press hit play. Is that who that is, or is this a different? Is that a different group? Tell me if you know in the comments.
To provide for his family. He was the first one selected due to his undeniable diligence and leadership qualities.
Right.
He is known to have critically acclaimed songwriting ability, a badass rapper, and was often dubbed as a genius, but he consistently denied it because he claimed to be just a hard worker. This made him the destined leader of the group. He debuted with the name Sejun, but later changed his name to Pablo. Now that the methodical leader is chosen, they needed more members.
I was wondering why some videos will refer or lyric like translations and stuff will refer to him as Sejun, and then some refer to him as Pablo, and most people that interact with me refer to him as Pablo. But either way, very cool.
Tatang Robin just got a genius composer in Pablo, so they needed someone who can dance, and this next guy is exactly that, and even more. Stelvester Ajero. He was only 16
I didn't know that was
when he
his whole
started
name.
competing as a dancer while studying.
Okay, so that's why his name is Stel. Okay, I was wondering if that was just his name, like, you know, just his actual name, or if it was short for something, or nickname, or what. Very cool.
He was a born winner despite growing up as a bullied kid. He made performing his escape from the harsh reality of the world. He did a great job channeling the negative aspect of his life and converting it by winning multiple K-pop dance cover competitions with his group, Saeon. He is also
cool.
a hard worker. He was teaching dance to kids while competing. There was a point when he worked too hard that it threatened his life due to poor health. He is a very skilled
Probably got
choreographer.
super fatigued.
In fact, he's the main culprit behind most of SB19's snappy and amazingly synchronized dance routines. But little did they know that dancing wasn't even his only talent. He easily became the main heavenly voice of the group because his vocals were just...
He's got a beautiful voice.
out of this world. He debuted as Stel, the main vocalist, the lead dancer, and choreographer of the group.
Look at those moves, though.
Josh Cullen Santos became homeless at the age of 16, and it was his decision. He's had the worst childhood among the other members. From growing up in a toxic environment to being physically abused as a kid by their nanny. At an early age, he witnessed what it feels like to be a member of a middle-class family that went rock bottom in just a matter of months. He experienced getting evicted from apartments to smaller rooms.
Right.
It came to a point when his family had nothing to eat but ketchup and salt. They had no permanent
I think I've heard
address.
that.
Because of that,
I think one of the interviews, I mean, the interviews have hit on stuff like that before that we've seen Josh talking about, but I think specifically there's an interview or two that we've reacted to that has talked about the fact that he literally, like, his diet for a while was ketchup and salt, which is weird to me because ketchup already has a lot of salt in it, but sugar too. But still, very, very, just bad, dude. Horrible. That's gotta suck, dude. I grew up poor. You know, I grew up in a pretty poor household, especially earlier on. But God, I can't say that we were ever eating just ketchup and salt. That is, oof, that's rough, dude.
Josh and his sister dropped out of school multiple times, so they got bullied at school for being repeaters. Sometimes he would get into fistfights for defending her. Josh had enough of this, so he took matters into his own hands by leaving. He became independent and started working as an internet cafe attendant. Using his own income, he took the alternative learning system and was able to finish his high school degree.
Nice.
He clearly had no background in performing. Not until he met new friends from the dance community, which led to him meeting Stell and Seyon. They became co-members and went on to win numerous K-pop dance cover competitions all over Asia. They even met BTS during one of their winning runs in Korea.
That's awesome.
In a way, Josh was saved by Stell after trying so hard to save himself. And it paid off because after training, Josh ended up debuting as the lead rapper and dancer of the group. Justin De Dios didn't have to audition. Apparently, he was a very good-looking guy that when he joined a talent workshop as a teenager, Show BT immediately took notice and offered him to become a trainee.
He's a charming guy, isn't he?
Singing and dancing skills. He was one of the late joiners, and when he did, he immediately saw a familiar face in Josh.
You look familiar.
Apparently, the two had a stint in performing together in a K-pop dance cover group called Zero to Hero.
Hey, welcome to my world, let's do this.
So Justin as well wasn't new in the world of performing. He auditioned to be a part of the televised Pinoy boy band Superstar show, but he didn't even make it to the live auditions.
Really?
Perhaps it was fate. He didn't have great singing skills at the time. It was only when he became a trainee that he improved astoundingly in the...
See, I think he has a great voice. You know, they often talk about how he's one of the ones that's had the most improvement over their career so far, and it amazes me because it must be some kind of improvement, because I honestly, every time I think he's one of the better voices in the group, as far as just clean vocals and singing and everything. So that always blows me away, hearing people be like, yeah, he's come a long way, and being like, from what? Like, he's great, but either way, yeah, they keep saying it, so I guess it's true.
Vocal department. He went on to finish his college degree in multimedia arts while training, which earned him a skill in filmmaking.
That's actually very important.
To debut as the main visual, the sub-vocalist, and the creative director of the group. He was the would-be director behind the record-breaking P-pop music video, What, and more. But
Nice.
that's a story for another video. At this point, Show
Daddy
BT
chill.
seemed to have completed the group. 4 members in a P-pop group, a nice even number. 2 rappers and 2 vocalists. They were perfectly balanced, but they felt like something was missing. Perhaps someone was missing. Someone who could take this already great group of guys and push them to achieve the next level, the extraordinary level. Someone so naturally gifted that he could stand out in the presence of the already talented group of young artists.
Right.
This venture that Tatang Robin took needed an apex, so he started the online auditions. When Josh heard about it, he was like, I know a guy.
I know somebody.
Philip John Suson is such a specimen. He was so naturally gifted that excelling in sports looked like a walk in the park for him. He grew up in the church under the care of his grandparents. He was an artistic kid, so he was active as an editorial cartoonist in school. Nobody taught him to play musical instruments. He taught himself by just listening to the music, so he ended up becoming a southpaw guitarist, but he later fixed it as he learned more. He didn't even know that he could dance until he was forced to in order to get good grades during their school intrams. After discovering dance, he transformed from a guy who didn't know it to someone who can fly. Because of his
Hell
raw
yeah.
talent, he ended up teaching dance to the entire school and continued on to form a K-pop dance cover group called Amigo 7. Apparently, his group gave Josh's group so much trouble during their early competitions because they were very good rivals. So he decided to recruit him. But Philip was hundreds of islands away and didn't have the money. What did Josh do? He shelled out for his plane ticket. With nothing else to lose, Philip went and left his previous life in the countryside. He then trained with the boys and officially debuted with them as Ken, the main dancer, the bass vocalist, and the lead rapper of the group. One thing to note is that they were an unlikely bunch because they wouldn't have met each other if Tatang Robin stayed with his already successful group in Korea.
Right.
Justin failed his first audition, so he didn't even bother to audition again because he thought he wasn't ready. And Josh wouldn't have attempted to recruit Ken if Show BT's training program didn't even exist. And
Yeah.
that, ladies and gentlemen, is the butterfly effect.
Yeah.
When a
it
small
really
and
is.
seemingly insignificant occurrence has a rippling effect through time, leading to a consequential event sometime long after the initial event, or as Google would put it, a phenomenon whereby a minute localized change in a complex system can have a large effects elsewhere.
Right.
Tatang Robin's so-called mistake back in 2000.
To be fair, that is a little bit of an exaggeration. The butterfly effect is more usually something incredibly like a butterfly. That's why it's called the butterfly effect. It's normally something like, in the past, if a butterfly landed on, this leaf instead of this tree, that in some way triggers event after event after event until it scales up exponentially to some massive change just because of that one change. And it's so it's not quite as simple because this is a lot more straightforward. This is more like somebody that already had success in the music industry quit their group to make an entertainment company to make more successful ventures in the entertainment industry. So it's not quite the butterfly effect, but I see what he's going for. I appreciate that. Shout out to Casual Chuck.
Led to forming the future P-pop Kings. In 2018, SB19 was formed. The name of the group was carefully picked. The number 19 is the sum of Korea and the Philippines area code digits 82 and 63. So 8 plus 2 plus 6 plus 3 is 19.
Right.
SB doesn't only mean Show BT. It is all
Sound
about
break.
their ultimate goal for Pinoy sound to break into the music industry, which is fearlessly represented by this praise.
Right.
Soundbreak.
Nice. What an intro, though. What an intro to a series. Awesome, dude. Damn, Casual Chuck. Shout out to Casual Chuck for that. And 18 for the suggesting me reacting to it. I was really, really reluctant to react to this because it's Casual Chuck stuff. I didn't want to, I don't want to take any exposure away from Casual Chuck. But so many people requested it that I was like, you know what? I check it out. And I checked it out. Had a bunch of views, way more views than it would get on my channel. Right? So I was like, you know what? If it doesn't do any extra exposure, it'll just help him out. So, either way, shout out to you, Casual Chuck. Shout out to 18. Very, very cool though to get to know he did his research, like extensive research on the, bare bones origins of Show BT and what later, was built into a company that developed this group that we now know as SB19 that everyone now knows and loves. So it's really cool, it is really cool. And I'm not hating on him with the butterfly effect thing, I'm not hating on that. it's a little bit of an exaggeration. I just think it's funny, but it is a cool way to use the butterfly effect in a very informative way, to teach you, what can happen with these small decisions, and how it can go to impact a lot of people's lives from just one small decision. So it's a good choice of, I don't know what you would theory metaphor for that, but yeah. So I'm not hating on it. So don't think I'm hating on it. Either way, if you guys haven't checked out Casual Chuck, go by his channel, check him out, hit the sub button on him, and if you guys liked my video, my reaction, hit the like button over here. If you like his video, go over there and hit the like button as well. Comment down below if you have if you guys want me to watch the second episode, The Zone, that I believe is already out, because it's right there. I can click on it. If you guys want me to watch that, be sure to comment down below. Share around so your friends can throw their thoughts, comments, and suggestions down there as well. Hit that subscribe button on me if you enjoyed my reaction to this video as well and you want to see the next one. And if you enjoy SB19 and other P-pop reactions and Filipino music reactions as well, I do that a lot over here. Either way, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.